What's up, everybody? How you doing? It's Mike Watson again, and we are here for another episode of Hotshot History, aka FSK Tober. And we're doing our second stream today, and we're going to be getting into the number two covers. But let me go ahead and get a little bit of things out the way because this is all leading up to FSK Day. Whoa, my sign is all zoomed in on. All right, now we can see it. All right, so this Sunday I will be doing the most epic art virtual yard sale part two. The Revenge. Coming back strong. I got tons of art. It was very successful last time, so I'm hoping to strike lightning twice in a bottle. I went to the basement, found my old art, and I didn't remember for whatever reason I couldn't remember where I put it, and then it all clicked. I remembered, I found it, dug it out, and got tons of stuff. So we're gonna be doing. I found some of my original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle art. I've got pencils and inks of these women that I've drawn with swords and guns that people seem to be enjoying and want to put on T-shirts or whatnot. I have, if you're a fan of my art, I have the original, very first comic book job I ever did in life. I have the original pages for that. I've got some Spider-Man, Fantastic Four, and Wolverine pages that I drew, for some test pages or whatnot. Just tons of stuff, and I'm going to be selling prints. I'm also going to be making available my print library to sell on this day on Saturday. So if you're into art, if you're into my art, or you just want to come hang out, come check it out. Pretty much the same as the last session. You will be able to pay through PayPal, Venmo, or Cash App. But we're doing FSK Tober because anybody that's been affiliated or done anything with Freestyle Comics, if you've seen us at a convention, if you've bought comic books from us, if you got books from online, if you've been to one of our events at the movies or one of our events at GameStop, or had an interaction with us online or whatnot or whatever, I want to hear those stories. We want to hear those stories leading up to FSK Day 2020 Virtual Dialathon Edition. Use the hashtag FSK Tober and tell us your story or put up your books. Use this time to tell us whether you liked our comics or not, or tell us your favorite part, or tell us if you've actually been able to figure out that there's something going on in the background of the Hotshot series, or what do you think is happening with Vigilance as we deep dive into that. And we'll be unveiling some of that stuff at FSK Day. But we want to hear it. We want to know it. We want to see it. We want to experience it. So use that hashtag and post some stuff every day leading up to FSK Day, just like I am doing right now. So I'm deep diving into the next set of covers. So we're doing the number two covers. I'm taking you guys on a journey to the number two covers of Hotshot, all of them that have been done. And here we are. So this is the very first number two issue cover that we did. And I wanted something like freaking. And you've seen if you've read Hotshot, I use this pose a lot. I'm a big fan of that classic Street Fighter Ryu Hadouken pose, and that's what I wanted to try to capture on the page. The energy and build up that was happening with Hotshot's powers in this issue. We have a real big moment in this number two issue that Hotshot does, and it was to center and focus on this moment. So I just wanted to capture this image as best as I could with the energy, with the power, up close camera. I wanted really adamant facial expression. You can see the energy, you can feel the angst, the emotion of him, fighting for his life in this last and dire move. Again, we got that throwback here, our little version of our comic book box from the classic old school with the title font. You'll notice as we do these and go through them, you'll see the change up on any of these. And you got any questions or comments or anything, just go ahead and throw them in the chat as is. And so when we relaunched the series, because we went back and we touched things up, we made things better. We made the first two issues of Hotshot like fresh out of college, and we thought we knew some stuff. But with every issue and as time grew, we started to learn more. So on our re-release after we did the Hotshot remix bam, we came up with this cover. And I was a very, and I still am, I'm a huge fan of The Matrix. So this was in particular uh, a scene that I wanted to draw, that Mr. Smith, Mr. Anderson type thing. I was always a big fan of fight scenes in the rain. What's up, Daniel? How you doing? I was always a big fan of fight scenes in the rain, especially epic, you know, end of the day fights, or however, or end of the series issue fights. That's what this was. I wanted this to be imposing. I wanted to be not imposing. I wanted to look like Hotshot's Doom was standing in front of him. I wanted it to be massively intimidating. That's what I wanted. Intimidation. And big, big fan of the David and Goliath story. That small character against all odds, challenging the titan of a character in front of him. And that's what I wanted the audience to face. I want you to see and feel the massive size of void and what Hotshot is facing in this cover. And rain in a final fight and lightning striking is awesome. Plus, it also ties to what else happens in this issue. Seeing one scene specifically from the comic book being thrown in on the cover from a completely different angle. And that's actually one of my favorite covers of all time. Like, Brad Arney had a good idea about, I should bring some of these covers back, and I think that's definitely something that's going to happen for some variant covers. This is actually, I was a featured guest at this show, and I did the promotional art for the convention at Motor City Black Age of Comics, and I actually designed their logo for it that year. So I had a bunch of stuff going on. I was like, you know what? My name's kind of all plastered all over this show. I'm doing a panel. I'm a featured guest. I did the promotional art. I designed the logo for them for this year's show. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do some Motor City Black Age specific covers. And this one was actually done by Guy, and I love it. It is freaking fantastic. It's like it's like a cartoon version of the cover, and I thought it was super, super dope. And we made this for the second cover, and we put all our graphics and stuff at the bottom. And this is after I left the one studio and was just, making comics back myself before I got with Short Fuse. Now, this was the original cover, and I drew this one and inked it, and I got Cankodin to color this, and he is like, as far as I know, and I could be wrong, this was a while ago, I was under the impression he was an artist for Street Fighter, or he does a lot of art that he submits to Street Fighter contests and he gets in. His art's fantastic, right? And I was like, man, I would just love it if you colored this cover of Void choking the life out of Hotshot. And so, drew it up, sent it to him, and he killed it. Like, this thing was ridiculous. I was so giddy and happy when I got this thing from him. I was just like, that's like official Street Fighter art right there, man. That is super freaking cool. And with this cover, I wanted you to feel like you were being choked. I wanted, again, showcasing the massive size of Void against Hotshot, and those, what is that, 24-inch pythons? It's probably 36-inch right there. The muscle and the strength, and like the colors on it, like the texturing and shading, really accentuates how devastatingly strong Void is, and like Hotshot can't get out of it. The one thing I wish I would have done on here, I wish I would have added hands at the bottom here to show that Hotshot was like trying to pull the arms off. I wish I would have did that, but for whatever reason I wasn't thinking that. I was really kind of just digging like the flat 2D, like straightforward camera shot and the character on top of the character. And I just thought the coloring really just made everything pop in that one. All right. And now we go to the Short Fuse cover. So kind of the same concept to a degree. With this one, I want to recapture the second issue cover. in a different way. I wanted it to really not. I didn't want it to be about Void's size or mass. As you can see, I didn't draw his body. Wanted to be about darkness versus light. Hotshot being a hero and Void being a villain. And in this issue, if you've read this issue, if not, go get it from shortfusemediagroup.com in case you go pick it up at that site right there, right? Um, I wanted it to seem like Hotshot was being swallowed by darkness, and that's the smothering. That's what I wanted this cover to encompass for that issue or for that cover or whatnot. Just I wanted Void coming out of the shadows and pulling Hotshot into the shadows, like he was destroying his light in a way. And I wanted to test my metal myself and just if I can really like tell the story between these characters with their facial expressions. In the last one, yeah, Hotshot can't breathe. He's gasping for air, but and there's a very sinister smile here on Void. But on the new version, I really wanted to sculpt and draw their faces and like have the weight of what's going on. Like Void is taking over Hotshot. He's swallowing the light out of Hotshot. He's going to kill him. And of course, Hotshot beat up. We got some tearage on a costume. We got blood dripping. Huge Invincible fan. So you know when the blood is gushing or basically Hotshot's leaking that Kool-Aid. Wanted to really make that pop and come out because Hotshot's not perfect. He's not an unstoppable hero. He can be stopped, and this is actually in his current career his biggest challenge thus far. And I really like the idea of the graphic image of the red tattoos on Void popping out of the shadows or whatnot. A little highlight on the colors. Gary Mitchell inked the hell out of this piece, and Veronica Smith just dominated it with her colors on this one, like completely sold this. And this is definitely one of my favorite covers. I enjoy it very much. And this is, this was part of the ongoing short fuse era that we are going through right now with Freestyle Comics or whatnot. I love the simple and blocky graphics with the layout, all the creators' names down here at the bottom. And then, you can kind of just see how this progresses from cover to cover with the design and what we keep, what we lose, what we get rid of, what we change and edit or whatnot. I think this is actually our first painted cover, our first and only paint style cover that we've done. And like when we got to doing this here, man, I was super satisfied with this cover, man. Like I was real happy with it. Out of all out of all versions of these, this is definitely my favorite version of it or whatnot. I feel like I'm constantly trying to improve and work on my craft as a comic book artist and whatnot. And so like when I got here and I did this, it just felt like that was quality level. Like still like I know it still needs improvement, but I feel like it's on par with what's out in the industry amongst everybody else. So definitely a lot of fun doing this cover or whatnot. Those are the number 2 issues. Get those posted here. But actually, I'm going to be back on here in a little bit for the Good, the Bad, and the Nerdy. And tomorrow I'll do another journal entry into the history of the comic books. And once I get done with those, I'll probably mix it up. I'll do some other stuff like, favorite convention moments. I have some pictures and stuff and some really good convention stories. But that's all I got for the number 2 issues. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed it. Remember to be available for the art yard sale, which is happening Sunday. FSKDay 2020, October 17th. And we're going to have a good time. Good time. All right. And thank you, everybody.